All right, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing tonight? All right. Now, I got some questions about the Idaho 4 case, okay? What if, and let's just say, what if? Here's the thing. They're not using their head. I understand they're upset. But here's the thing in the Idaho 4 case. Now, let's say the killer came right in through the front door. As you know, when you open the front door, there's another door there. You open that door and it leads back to the bedrooms, right? What if, what if the killer came right, or killers came right through the front door and they tried to get in that door? I hope the police did their job and fingerprinted every doorknob in that place. But what if they came right through the front door and they tried to get into that door, but they couldn't because it was locked? Therefore, they went up the stairs, and we really don't know who was killed first or who wasn't killed first. But what if he came right in through the front door and he left right through the front door, or came in through the front, went out the back to wherever? Now they're thinking, well, it must have been a, a planned, targeted thing. I don't think so. What if the killers were actually planning on getting rid of the whole house? And the only thing that stopped them was their doors were locked on the first floor. So instead of breaking the doors down to make a noise, possibly someone else would hear them, they just skipped the first floor and went up to the second and third. But their whole plan was probably to take out the whole house, maybe. We really don't know. Hello, ladies. Debbie Fox, Izzy Rose, Charcy Prophet. What do you ladies think? Do you ladies think it's possible they came right in through the front door and the two bottom bedrooms on the first floor were locked, the doors, and they just didn't bother because in order to break a door down, you're going to hear it. You're going to wake the people up that's sleeping, and they're going to start screaming before they even get, before the killer even gets to them. And it would have made a lot of noise, probably. So I'm thinking, is it possible they just walked right in through the front door, tried to get in them two lower bedrooms, but they were already locked, and went right up the stairs and committed to finish the job that they could, and walked right out the back door, right out the sliding glass doors, or possibly right back out the front door? I feel like they were there for some reason. Another thing, the phone calls, the last phone call. I believe we're looking at another Gabby Petito case. That's what I'm thinking. Where the killer, the job was already done, and the killer called people with her phone, possibly. And that's what I'm feeling like. Like the job was already done, and that them last phone calls to that guy were either a cover to make it look like they were still alive, or to maybe point blame to the boyfriend, or possibly alert the boyfriend that the job was done. We don't know. We don't have all the phone records. The police do. But I want you ladies to feel free to voice your opinions in here. Uh, could be. I think anything is possible. The roomies may not have locked the door because of the dog and letting him in and out before. The sliding glass door? I don't know. Or are you talking about the front door? Ain't it? Well, it's weird. because there was people that walked by at 8:30 and said the front door was wide open. So either they went in the front or they came in through the back and went out through the front. And they possibly could have tried to get in the two bottom first floors, but didn't because it might have been locked. Debbie, I am okay. Got some work done around here today. Good, good. Yeah, Miss Prophet, you might be right. They did have the dog, but did we see a dog leash tied to one of the poles from the deck on the back? Or did they just let the dog run wild in the back? You know, a lot of questions. And the phone calls. The last phone call they're saying was at 2:52, but the girls were home by 2:00. That's a whole hour there, hour and something, that the girls were home. Now, is it possible we're looking at another Gabby Petito case where she was dead way before anyone put two and two together, that Brian was using her phone and she was already deceased? And that's what I'm looking into is I think them last phone calls were either to alert somebody or to cover that they were still alive. You know, possibly. That's just one of my theories. I think they came in through the back knowing about the layout of the house, then ran out the front door for a quick getaway. That would make sense. That is plausible and possible. And them people would have went right out the front door and possibly walked right down a trail, the sidewalk, in between the other apartments and the houses. And wouldn't you know it, came right out onto the street and past the police. But they didn't know it was police because there was no markings or no lights on the vehicle. So they just walked right by. 4 of them walked right by the police. It is possible that them girls died right when they got home. They could have been in that house waiting already. And that would explain they didn't need it. They didn't need an entrance. They were already there waiting. The murders, as soon as they came home, the murders occurred. Shortly after they got home, the phone calls were to make it look like they were either alive or to alert somebody that the job was done. And they walked right out the front door and right back possibly to their frat house. Crazy stuff. No, a lot of people are upset saying, let me see what my chat is saying. I heard one was in the hallway, but that's just talk. I don't know. I also want to know more about the scream that was heard. Yeah, well, that was a fake video, Debbie. That was a fake video that someone put out and edited. That was debunked. They debunked that video. It was some guy, some YouTuber that edited it and did something. It was from a different channel, and but that's what you got to put up with when you're trying. Yeah, it was fake, Izzy Rose. It was fake. And we've seen that also in the Delphi case, fake videos, you know. But I'm thinking, I'm thinking, Debbie Fox says, it's hard to believe nobody heard anything. Well, if there was many of them, okay, if they were already in that house waiting, then it's possible. When them people came home, there was 4 people in each room already waiting for them. Maybe in a closet, maybe underneath we don't know. And boom, they fell asleep. I mean, is there closets there or anything, or where they could have hid and waited? Or were they in already the 2 bedrooms that were on the first floor and came from the first floor bedrooms? walked up the stairs and killed the four of them. Very interesting, though. But the phone records, I'm kind of fishy about. There was a whole bunch of calls at 2 o'clock from Kaylee, they're saying. And then the calls stopped. And then there was one last call at 2:52. There was one last call at 2:52 to one of the boyfriends. Okay. I don't know. Is it possible they were already dead? I don't know. They could be. They could be. I hope the police did their jobs and fingerprinted them downstairs door handles, because if them doors were locked, you got fingerprints of them trying to get in that door. They might have tried to turn that knob and it was locked. Couldn't get in. They didn't want to make a lot of noise, so they just skipped it and went to the next room, went to the next floor. Let me see what my chat is saying. There are a lot of rumors going around which also make me go, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Could be, Johnny. Debbie, yeah, mine too. They bark at the ice machine in my fridge. Yeah, dogs are good alerters to noise. I say the sliding glass door as he rose. They could have, but here's the funny thing, is the first video or photo that we seen of the crime scene was the sliding glass door with two stools put in it to wedge it so nobody can come in. So was it like that the whole time? Therefore, that cancels out the back door, the sliding glass door. If them things were wedged in there, you can't go through that sliding glass door. Now, here's the thing. Did the killers put the stools there to keep people from coming in as long as they could? Or as the killing was going on, they put the stools there. Why? So nobody would come in and discover what was going on. There would have been only one way into that house. And if it was a keypad lock on the front door, they knew once that door shut, it locked. They didn't have to worry about anybody coming in. Therefore, they went upstairs and put the stools in that sliding glass door window to keep anyone else from coming in, so they can finish the job without being caught or spooked. What do you think? Sound possible? I think the cops put the stools there. I think the lock may have been broken or slidden. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see if they put them stools there, if the police did. If not, and that's the way they found it, then there's a good chance that they didn't come through that sliding glass door, or they did, but they closed that door behind them right away, and they lodged them stools in between there so the door would not open, and they sat and waited for the girls to come home. And then sprung. Once they got home, I'm guessing maybe them girls were dead within 20 minutes of getting home. And then then what we see is like another Gabby Petito case where she was dead long before anyone caught on, and he was actually using her phone. I don't know. They found blood leaking down the side of the house. I don't know if they found any blood on the patio. Here's another thing. There's another fake video and photo out on the Idaho 4. The footprint in the snow. There was no snow the day of the murders. But now there's videos and a photo popping up that shows a footprint in the snow. And everyone's like, oh my God, they got the footprint. No, because the day and the night of the murders, there was no snow on the ground. There was no snow. Therefore, that's a fake photo that someone put out. It's fake because the nights of the murder, there was no snow. Didn't they find blood in the patio? I don't know about that. I know they found blood on the front door, I believe. And I believe they found blood dripping down the outside of the foundation. But I don't know about on the patio, Izzy Rose. Maybe they did. I haven't seen the video yet. Maybe they did. Is my voice too loud? Debbie Fox says, my dog is dang good, but today, way too much energy. Had print on my back door window. Oh, yeah, the handprint. You know what, though? It's such a small handprint. What's the chances it could have been one of the girls? You know, maybe they left that window open in case they got locked out or something, or maybe forgot the code or something to the front door. I don't know. It does seem kind of small, though. Yeah, I don't know. It could be the killers, but I don't know. You know. Now, I've been bringing up some points. What if these guys wore gloves? They came prepared, meaning there might not be no fingerprints from the real killers. There's probably tons of fingerprints everywhere and DNA from other people. It was a party house, probably hundreds of kids they got to go through. Yes, Izzy Rose. Maybe two boys and one girl. Yeah, yeah. Debbie Fox said she required all my attention just a minute ago. My son ran her out to see she collapsed. Oh my God, she okay? Johnny, you aren't too loud. I thought it was small too. And how clean are college kids? Yeah, you're right about that, Miss Prophet. You're right about that. And here's the thing, we don't trust anymore. I don't, because I know forensics, and there's such a thing that's called transferred DNA. Okay. And there are things that I've seen where you can lift a fingerprint or a handprint off of a piece of glass or a glass that you drink out of. These guys are so good. I've seen them take a fingerprint, a whole handprint, and transfer it to another object. And voila, you got somebody set up for a triple, quadruple murder. And for those people that say that's impossible, well, you better do your homework, because we've seen it. We've seen it. They can take a fingerprint or a handprint. They transfer it to a piece of paper. Well, it's actually plastic. They spray it with aluminum, and then they dust it, And then they take this big piece of like paper or clear plastic, stick it on it, and then peel it off real slow. And voila, there's your handprint on a piece of clear plastic, real flimsy. And then all you do is you walk up to something and real carefully wrap that around the glass or the thing, and voila, boom, you got a transferred handprint on a piece of glass set up. So it's very possible. Let me read the chat here, Debbie. I know what's going down. She's about 5 years old. Oh, they're talking about her dog. Toddlers, and she took, okay. Cattle dogs, beautiful. All right, they're talking about dogs. Why doesn't everyone think these inbreed killers are criminal masterminds? I don't know, Bendejo. You know, most of these kids are going to college for what? Forensic evidence, law, police. Was this something that they played? Well, we're smart. I'm a criminal lawyer. I'm a criminal forensic. That's what I'm going to college for. Trying to pull a fast one, maybe. Ladies, can I get you a cup of coffee or anything? I'm thinking, what if them, now, whether they came in through the front or the back, maybe the two girls that were sleeping in the basement are so used to once they go to bed, they lock their doors because they know there's parties going on or people constantly in and out. So they automatically, when them two girls downstairs went to bed on the first floor in them bedrooms, they locked the doors. So who knows if the killers or killers came in and did attempt to hit them two first and go right up the stairs, and almost like the game of death with Bruce Lee. You know, they tried to get in them doors, but they were locked. They were already locked. So they didn't want to make no noise and went up the stairs and hit the other 3 or 4. Possible. Hello, Kalena Dixon. What are you thinking, ladies? What do you ladies think? Bendejo, what are you thinking, huh? What are you thinking? I think that other video that's out with the footprint in the snow, that's a fake footprint. It's fake. There was no snow on the ground. It's fake. And we've seen this in other crime channels. They put out fake information. You know, there was no footprint in the snow. Why? Because there was no snow. There was no snow on the ground when the murders happened. Right? It's fake. Then again, it might be real. But I could have swore the nights of the murders, there was no snow. It didn't start snowing until a couple days after that. So there was no snow on the ground. Where did the footprint? We got a footprint in the snow. Could this be the killer? No, because the nights of the murder, there was no snow. So therefore, that's a fake video, fake information that they're putting out. I think the boyfriend was mad about her and the doggy leaving him behind. He was mad. Maybe, Debbie Fox, you may be right. But you know what? I would be mad too. I would be upset. You know, if I had a beautiful woman like that and things went bad and she left, took the dog or whatever. Hey, I dated a beautiful woman. She left. But jealous? Sure. Angry? Sure. But an idiot? No. No. To go and kill somebody? No. That's totally different. And people are like, well, these people ain't right. Well, obviously they're not, because anybody knows, you know, you don't kill someone because you break up. You might get in an argument, you might push each other around, whatever, but you don't kill four people. If you had a beef with somebody, you would have went in there, killed the one, and left, or maybe two. If they both were sleeping in the same bed, he killed one. He didn't know the other one was in the bed. She woke up, he kills her, and he's out of there. His job's done. He got his revenge, and he's out of there. But I'm not thinking that, because they would have never went downstairs and did the killings of the other two people. So something ain't adding up. Something is not adding up. But I'm going to tell you this much. A college, I imagine there was boys there that were going to school for forensic crime, lawyer, stuff like that. And very well possibly thought, we're going to do this and we're going to get away with it. Well, we don't know. Now, there is a lot of videos out there where the girls were very flirtatious and put out pasquithid, or whatever you want to call it, very sexy photos and everything. We really don't know what these girls were like behind closed doors. We all want to think, God, no. Hopefully it wasn't like that. But we don't know. You know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Miss Prophet. If he was that jealous, that mad, I can see him maybe killing the girlfriend and maybe the other girl that was in the same bed with her. Possibly so drunk. Maybe Maddie. And Maddie looked like she was really drunk. So maybe Maddie was out of it. Went home, ate, passed out. Here's the other thing. They brought food. Remember that, folks? Remember the Uber driver that said no, they had food with them. The only thing they talked about was their macaroni and cheese. Aha, this is a clue. Pay attention, ladies, because that macaroni and cheese has to be in that house somewhere, whether it's been eaten or not eaten. And that will also tell the tale of what time they were killed. And that macaroni and cheese will be in their stomach. And that will tell the tale of what time they died. Now, if they find that macaroni and cheese box and it ain't even eaten out of, then we probably know that either them killers were there waiting for them, or uh, as soon as they got home, they came out and did the killings, or went in and did the killings. That's another clue. The macaroni and cheese box. How much of it was in there, and where was it? And was any of it eaten? That also tell. All right, let me see what my chat is saying. Is all just speculation for now. Yep. Yeah, I think the boyfriend would have. Yeah, that's what I think. If he had a beef with just her, I think he would have waited and killed her. But like I said, we don't know. You know. Yeah, crime and justice makes way for the others. Go out, see what happened when he had to kill them. What did Bendejo say? Yes, crime and justice make statements or theories. Doug immediately refutes it and dismisses it and sets her straight, and then she agrees with him. It's great. I don't know. I have no idea. I've been watching Doug for 3 years before any of the crime nonsense. Yeah, he's been doing it for a while. So that's what we're looking at in the Idaho 4 keypad front door. That means somebody had to have the code to get into that house, unless they went through the back door. If the back door, the sliding glass door, had them stools in there, then we know they didn't go through them stools. If the police put them stools there, then we know there's a good chance they went through the back door. Came in through I'm thinking maybe came in through the back, went out the front. Possible. Possible they went right in the front door and out the back and walked around to either a car, a house, and boom, they're gone. Yeah. Now, if these dudes were wearing gloves, you ain't gonna get no prints. You ain't gonna get nothing. If they were professionals and ready for the kill, had latex gloves on, you ain't gonna get no prints. There ain't no prints. I don't think they got shit. That's why they're asking for more help. These guys knew what they were doing. Ben is either no thanks, Doug. He's a YouTube creator or sent from a channel or something. I don't know. One of these channels sent him. I'm not sure. Don't worry about it though. If he upsets you, ladies, then I'll leave it up to you, ladies. I'll leave it up to you. He's all right though. He likes to bust balls. I think they were wearing gloves. It's 28 degrees out, late night. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe gloves, but not snow gloves. If they were doing it, it was latex. Doctor gloves. Surgeon gloves. We need to find them 4 that walked past that camera in the police footage. See if they were dressed in winter clothes. And I do see what Miss Prophet's saying. It was cold that night. You know, it was cold. But they had, if they ain't got no prints, these guys knew what they were doing. They had gloves. They were all ready. The only thing that they might get, maybe, is footprints in the house of blood, depending on how good these killers were. There might not have been a drop of blood on them, maybe just on their clothes, but not on their shoes. The girls were in the beds when they were killed, therefore he didn't have to walk through no blood. The other 2 were killed on the 2nd floor. One was killed in the bedroom closet. If the killer knew what he was doing and knew takeout techniques, there's a good chance there was no bloody footprints or nothing. Good chance. Oh, yeah, you can get surgical gloves. I get them at the dollar store all the time. Yeah, latex gets slippery once it's wet. But that killer might have never lost grip of the knife. See, once you got them gloves on and you got that knife in your hand, the way you're going to use it, he never had to let go of that knife. He gripped the knife before his hand was all bloody and slippery, and he killed, and he never released that knife. Therefore, his gloves never, the inside of his gloves never got slippery. And that was it. Boom, 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 boom. They're gone. Depending on how many of them there were. If there was four of them, well, one guy went to each room, or one guy and two girls, or three girls, or whatever, or two girls, or whoever it was. They were there waiting. Therefore, they knew what they were doing. Now, could somebody in forensic or law that is going to college do something like this and get away with it? Well, sure. If they're studying law and things, yeah. Yeah, if they left no fingerprints or anything, no DNA or anything, sure. But I don't think so. They got to have something. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Miss Prophet. I think something was going on that we're not. Now the new footage out of the uncut video of the parents and the daughter and the aunt talking, some stuff that was said in that, people are looking at going, what? Something ain't right. So maybe something, like I said, we don't know what these people's families are like, or these girls were like behind closed doors, or the family members. We don't know if there was trouble within the families already, jealousy maybe or something. We don't know. Bloody footprints, do they call them the bleeding bloody footprints? I don't know. Come on, that's gold, Jerry. Gold. Cut it out, Jerry. Yeah, you funny. All right. Ben. Now Johnny is funny. No, I'm not funny. Let me read the chat and see. So there's numerous things that could be gone. That sucks. My heart goes out to the family, but they got a point. It was a party house. I imagine there was hundreds of people that probably knew the codes to that house. Once you had the code, you know, I'm trying to look through the killer's mind. They come in through the front door. They try and get into the two doors. They can't. They go up the stairs. They put the stools in front of the sliding glass windows so nobody can come in. Nobody can come in. No one can leave. No one could come in. And they wait. They sit and wait. The girls come home at 2 o'clock. Was it 1:59 or 2 o'clock? We got to find out about the macaroni and cheese. We got to find out about the macaroni and cheese. Was it ever eaten? That's the main thing. If it was, then they should have been able to find that in the stomach. We ain't hearing that. We're not hearing that from the autopsy. The girls had macaroni and cheese in their stomach, and it takes 2 hours to digest, but it wasn't digested. Oh, okay. See, they're not feeling something fishy's going on in this case. Yes. Yeah, them kids were wild. I wasn't that wild in my younger days. I was always careful, locked my doors. Yeah, we really don't know because we weren't there. What happened? I don't know, but I got some scenarios or theories, but I wasn't there, so I don't know. Now, I would know what happened if I had all the evidence in front of my face, all the crime scene photos, all the prints that they took, all the phone records and everything, but I don't. I'm going off what we're seeing on YouTube and on news channels on the internet. And we all know the news is fake once in a while. We have no idea. We don't know. My intelligence, if they come back and they ain't got prints, if they have no fingerprints, well, these guys were pros, or at least knew enough about law and forensics to wear gloves. I'm leaning towards there might have been something going on campus. This might have been some kind of. I did hear that one of the mothers say might have been satanic or some kind of thing, or like I said, these kids are going to college to become lawyers, forensic evidence people, and doctors and stuff like that, law and all kinds of things. So who would know better? Someone that's studying forensics or something like that. Who would know better how to get away with a murder? You know, I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. Social media makes all the difference. Yeah, it does, but it also has been causing a lot of trouble. And when you got YouTubers that are putting out fake videos, that's obstruction of justice. That's obstruction of justice. You're trying to point the community on a different path. Is there a reward yet for the case? Well, we got to keep that in mind. See, because we got these people on YouTube that are also people that try and solve crimes for one reason: money. They might be trying to direct people a different way. Orange carrot soap. Dang it. I was just watching YouTube and the thing popped up on the one of the commercials, Squatch soap. I was thinking, I think Prophet said she makes soap. What are you thinking, Izzy? Could have came from the frat house party. Exactly. Them four dudes that walked right past the cops behind the cop car in between. They were coming from the sidewalk that's in between the apartments and the house. Maybe they got to find them dudes. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Where's the evidence? Where's the bloody clothes? Where's the bloody gloves and everything? And where's all this stuff? Blood is as horrifying as it is. Well, it could have been a mess, right? And because they were stabbed a couple times, if they hit a main artery or a jugular, they're going to bleed out. Then they're going to bleed out everything. Okay? So nobody found the bodies uh, until the next day. That was more than enough time to drain every drop of blood out of their bodies. So when the police got there, yes, it would have been a bloody mess, meaning blood all, spread out amongst. But I'm interested to see of what we're dealing with. I mean, are we dealing with another, maybe they wrote something on the walls? Maybe they left a sign, a killing card. They haven't said that pretty much yet. They just keep saying it. The killer was pretty sloppy. What do you mean? What do you mean? He killed them and then splattered blood everywhere, all over the walls and everything like that. I mean, you got to be you got to be more specific than that. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Very possible, Miss Prophet, that the killer did wear a disposable suit, which you can get at any hardware store or you can get at a science uh, or autopsy thing in college. You know, them white suits that are like paper. They're like a mesh kind of paper. It's all white. I got one myself for when I have to do drywall and stuff. You put it on, you zip it up. It's like a jumpsuit, but it's all white. They're hazmat cleanup suits. A lot of guys wear them when they're doing insulation and drywall. And then when you're done at the end of the day, you unzip and step out of it and you just throw it away. It's a disposable suit. Very well may have. They might have went all out if these guys were pros. They might have even had booties on before they walked in. Them footy things that you put on, uh, construction guys use. And forensic and doctors. Doctors, what do they wear? They also wear stuff like that. And footies. Debbie said, "Oh yeah, I got one of those to clean the attic." Yeah, it's just a jumpsuit. It's just a jumpsuit. You have booties. No, not that kind of booty, Debbie. Booties. They're white. They're like the suit that you buy. Uh, don't get me started on thinking about booty. Ah, Miss Prophet said I was a biologist, and we wore them in the lab. I worked at ARC. Yeah, yeah. No, Debbie, put the monkey away. Uh, yeah, Miss Prophet. They also burn up into nothing, hardly any ash. Yeah, they do. They do. I think here's what I think. They ain't got the proof they need. Either they know who it is or they ain't got the evidence they need. They ain't got no prints. They ain't got no footprints. The only thing they got are the handprints. But I bet you, well, I don't bet. I'm not a betting man. But there's a good chance the prints they got all went back to the people that lived at that house or someone else that might have been already cleared. You know, they did have a party. It was a party place. You know, now you got the one video that's out of Kaylee uh, and the police in a disturbance, loud disturbance, and a kid comes walking out of the house through the sliding glass doors, and he's got zip ties around his wrist, almost like handcuffs, like they were handcuffs. You know, he comes walking out like he's got these zip ties around his wrist, and I've seen that before. You know, they're zip ties like the police use, and they use them as handcuffs. That was pretty freaky. I'm like, yeah, what's this? You know, here comes a dude walking out of the house, and he's got zip ties around his hands. You know, I don't know. And loud music playing. Was the loud music playing to cover up that dude screaming? No. What the heck is going on in these colleges? I think I'm going to go back to college. Hey, if Tommy Lee can do it, I can. Look out, college. Here I come. They must have a crazy, wild life. Zip ties and speakers. And you could see in that video the giant loudspeaker that's right by the door, the sliding glass window, pointing outside. You know, was that to cover up the screams? You know, well, you got thousands of theories going through your head when you're watching this stuff, right? Yeah, and a clip on the tie. I don't know what it's kind of crazy. Monkey tails. They also burn up into nothing. Monkey tails and clip on time. I believe they would have footprints with all that blood. Well, not really. There ain't that much blood unless you hit a jugular. You know, the blood is going to come from the body laying there for hours bleeding out. That's where all the blood's going to come from, right? A trained killer, it don't take but 2 seconds. So, whap, whap, and that dude's demobilized, right? On to the next. And he might have got lucky, or they might have got lucky that there was 2 of them in one bed, and just pop, pop, you know, a couple slices. I hate to say it, but that's it. You know, you move on to the next. They're demobilized unless they get up and try and walk around or whatever. You know, but still, there ain't going to be that much blood. There'll be squirting blood, but the main portion of the blood is going to come from the bodies laid there for hours and hours and hours, right? It gave it time to bleed out. That means it would have been bloody. Okay, what about the girls downstairs? Well, here's what I think. The girls might have locked their doors. That's why they couldn't get in. You know, the girls might have locked their doors. The killers might have tried to get in there. The killers might have wanted to kill everybody there. but couldn't get in the door because they were locked. And he might have got lucky because the other people that were there didn't lock their doors and they walked right in, maybe. Chelsea says, I disagree. I disagree, Johnny. I think it was bloody. Law enforcement said it was a terrible scene, and two fought back. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. You remember the olden days of crime? Then let me redirect you back to a case where we knew more about the crime scene before it even went into court. What case was that? The O.J. Simpson case. We knew the day of the murders, the day the bodies were found. We can see with the photos that were put out that it was an ugly situation, right? We knew exactly what happened before that case ever went into court. They showed graphic photos on the news. On the news. We already knew it was a horrible thing. You could see the bodies covered up with the blankets. You can tell it was a bloody mess. It was horrifying. Them were the days when they went ahead and they went right in, and this is what we had. I remember that. Yes, photos showed the bodies laying there. Exactly. We knew what happened to Nicole and Ron. That day of the murders, we already knew somebody did something very bad. Very bad. It was very gruesome. And that was before it even went into court. That was before they even had OJ locked up. But today, they don't release any of that information. Oh, I remember watching that case. I was at home that day when it happened. Breaking news. Murder at OJ Simpson's wife's house or ex-wife. And they went right in with the cameras. We're standing out in front of Nicole Brown's house, and you could see it was just a bloody mess. You could see bodies in the back. We knew it was something ugly happened, real evil and bad. But a lot of stuff has changed. They don't release information like that. You'll probably never see the crime scene photos, possibly, in this stuff. The only ones that'll see them crime scene photos of what happened in that house is the police, FBI, and they will take the footage from that house, that crime scene, and they will use that to train other forensic evidence and detectives. Them are the only people that might ever see, unless somebody leaks the photos of the crime scene. Because here's what I'm saying. They could be giving us a line of crap. The bodies might not even have been where they were. Without seeing the proof, we don't know. We're going on what? Hearsay. It's hearsay what they're telling us. Why? Because we don't know. We don't see the evidence. Well, the one body was here. Well, show me that. I could say there was a body over here, a body over there, but without seeing actual proof, we don't know. They could be telling us anything we want to hear until the case is closed. I was on my way home to Florida, drove down the highway. Oh, what happened, Debbie? Chronicles of Olivia's had pictures of the kitchen. Yeah, I did a video on the kitchen when it first, I was like one of the first ones that did a video on it. And there was one girl before me that did a video on the kitchen and the photo in the kitchen. And I was like, I haven't seen no one else do a video on this. I'm going to do it. And yes, you can see blood in the kitchen, on the counters dripping probably from the ceilings, unless somebody was killed in the kitchen, or the killer decided to clean up. But I don't think so. When O.J. Simpson was in his Bronco. Ah. You were on your way home to Florida, Debbie Fox, when that happened? Be safe in Florida, Debbie. Hurricanes and Florida sinking. Then my friend's VW wagon broke down, and I had to drive buzzed down the complete empty Highway 99 to 40 minutes to get him. We're giving our ages away. No, I don't know how many ages. I'll tell you exactly how old I am. I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm ashamed that I look the way I do at my age. After the devil got done with me, this is what I'm left with. So now we're searching for the devil so we can get rid of him. Those were the days. I used to live in Florida and loved it. I was down in Florida for a couple years. Boy, I never looked better. I had a great tan. Man, there was all kinds of ladies walking around, I'll tell you that much. You'll be 60 in February. God bless your little heart, Miss Prophet. So what are you ladies thinking? You think these people knew what they were doing? Or do you think these were just some college kids that had no clue and left all kinds of evidence and DNA? If they did, don't you think they would already have these people locked up? Or would have came out and said, these are the people we're looking for. If you see these people, call the police or FBI. They're not. So something's up. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think somebody. I think it's more. I think there's more. Could it have been one guy? Yes, but he had to know what he was doing. Could it have been more than one guy? Definitely. Whatever it was, they had it planned. Who was going to go where? Who was going to die first, or whatever, or what person was going to go to what room, or whatever it may be. It just ain't adding up. And nothing does, because I'm an idiot, right? So. And then you got the watch, the Apple Watch that one of the kids had on. Did that have a recorder in it? Is it possible it was recording? I don't know. Agree, it could be two or more. One lookout. Yeah. Yeah. It could have been one guy. It could have been one guy. But that one guy knew what he was doing. He was fast. They didn't stick around there. I'll tell you that much. They killed and they got out of there. They used killing techniques that they knew there was no way they were going to make it. They might have been still alive when they left, but they knew from the wounds that they gave them that they'll be dead in a half hour or 20 minutes, whatever. 5 minutes, they're going to bleed out. They made sure they incapacitated before they left, meaning no way to call for help. That means they knew what they were doing. They went in and used killing techniques, takeout techniques. Fast, quick, deadly, and they were gone. And if they were prepared and had gloves, it's going to be hard catching them. They're going to have something really good. And then we're going to have to retreat back to the last people that seen them. That means everybody in the food truck video is a suspect, and everyone at the corner club bar is a suspect. Even if it's true what they're saying, that is the police officer in the bar, he has now become a suspect. Why? Because they were the last people that seen him. And that's how you work a case, is the last people usually that have seen that person 9 out of 10 times is the last person to ever see that person alive and is a suspect. Yeah, and the frat party. Every single person that was at the frat party, suspects. He was strong. Debbie Fox said he was strong. Miss Prophet said Debbie Fox agrees with Chelsea. And the frat, Miss Prophet said the frat, yeah, they're all suspects. Well, here's the thing. He might not have been strong. He just might have had help. Don't have to be strong to plunge a Rambo knife. It's a bayonet. I don't know. Well, it's a bull. These people keep making up new terms because they want to sell their product. Right? The Rocky knife or the Rambo knife. That's a bayonet that you connect to a rifle. Well, pretty much that's what they were called, bayonets. Soldiers had them connected to their rifles that had that tang on there, or that grip, so your hand wouldn't slide down it when you're stabbing a soldier. When you're plunging it into their body, your hand won't slide down and cut their hand, right? But also, that same knife that they're using for battle was connected to the gun. It was called a bayonet. But they changed the name of it. Why? Well, they want to sell their product. This is the new knife, the Gucci. Whatever. It's the same style of knife. It's just advanced in time. They made changes to the regular bayonet, the war bayonet, and they changed it to a different type. But really, it started from a bayonet. That's what they used. You could take it off your rifle and use it in combat in the trenches, or you could put it on your rifle and use it as a sword to jab into people. Does anyone else have any kind of suggestions or theories or anything? But they're all suspects, if you ask me. Even the cop that if we don't know if that really is the police officer, but if that is the police officer in that bar with them kids and everyone, suspect. Suspect. Now, here's the thing with media. Now, pay attention. Is it possible that what we're seeing was released and it ain't even anybody in them, that them are old videos from a different time? I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so. The timestamp on them is that night. So, is it possible that someone on the internet or media is releasing this information and the police are not, and they're wondering where's this information coming from? And just because these people are in that video that time don't mean that they're the killer. They are suspects, but did somebody put that out? Well, here's the food truck video. Look at all these people around, slide a hand or whatever. I don't know. The world is so evil. We don't know. Yes, could be fabricated, time stamped, can be changed. I didn't want to. Boy, Miss Prophet really knows her crime. She really knows her crime. Yes, it can be fabricated and photoshopped. And now they are saying that the bar footage is photo-opped of Jack D. The guy that is standing with the girls. Now people are saying, we think it's photo-opped, and they photo-opped the face. Maybe. Maybe. We don't know. And you know what? I love technology. I do love technology. But we also warned about technology. And the technology has come so far where you can manipulate things now. And that's what hurts a case. That's what hurts a case. Miss Prophet said she's not just another pretty face. I don't know. I can't see your face. You're just a letter. Then trade in your rotary phone, Johnny. I don't know. Or no, you didn't talk about. Hey, Valium FM, how you doing? How you been? Come on and sit down. We're talking about crime, Valium. We're talking about crime right now. Trust me. Mawahaha. Yeah, last time I trusted a woman, I ended up with kids. The Idaho 4 case, the college case that's going on right now, Valium. Are you familiar with that case? Valium FM? I only know a little bit about that one. It's puzzling. Sure is. But I'm thinking, I don't know, do they have the evidence? Well, let's just see. How many of you think they know who it is, but they either can't find the guy or they just don't have enough evidence to arrest him? Or do you think they ain't got a clue and that's why they're still asking for tips? They ain't got no DNA and they don't have prints that are matching to a killer. All the prints are coming back to people that live there. They have an idea. Well, maybe they do. Maybe they do. Yeah, Valium FM's right about that. They have a clue who they think it is, but they've been wrong in the past. I don't think they know. I think they are working on DNA. That's what I think too. I don't think they had. I think they did probably print, but either this guy ain't in the system or he's being protected or they ain't got nothing. They ain't got no DNA. They ain't got no prints. They ain't got nothing. Yeah, they did. They did supposedly say a teacher was involved in it or something like that. See, here's a lot of people are also saying that drugs are involved and possibly sex or whatever. Maybe drugs, maybe, you know, maybe. But if this is some kind of a frat drug connection or some kind of a drug thing, uh, or anybody, if it's any kind of planned, organized crime or anything, this guy's probably long gone. Or once they got wind, like I said in another video, once the leader of the gang or the drug cartel or whatever, if there was drugs involved, the people that actually did the murders are probably already dead. And if it was anything else other than that, like let's say mafia or something, but there's no way. But say it was a planned hit, and these guys went and did the hit, but word got out. No, there's evidence, and if it was planned or organized, the people that did this killing, the person or people, they're dead because the higher ups would say, get rid of them. They're gone. They get rid of them. They got evidence. Get rid of all the people that were involved or whatever. It's possible. Hey, we have seen some well-oiled machines. If there's even a hint of evidence, the killers were gone. And we've seen that in what movie? Goodfellas. That was based on a true thing. The guys that went in and committed the crime, once the police put out that there was evidence, uh, what happened? All them boys started coming up dead. The higher ups started saying, get rid of them all. They got evidence. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, but is it possible? Yes. A well-oiled machine, sure. A drug cartel or a campus dealer or something like that that's got money. Oh, yeah, possible if there was drugs, and only if there was drugs involved. Same thing with the sex. Wind might have got out. Maybe these girls were doing things they shouldn't have been doing or didn't want people to know about. And maybe something, people get mad at me. How could you say that? Because they don't know of situations that these young ladies get themselves in. They have no money. They're at college. They have to pay for their college. They have to pay for things. We've seen that before where women have gone to college and they do things on the side to make money to pay for their tuition and stuff. Am I lying about that, ladies? Is there anyone in here that understands what I'm trying to say? We don't want it to be that way. But is it possible? I say yes. Now, I know a lot of people ain't going to agree with me on that, but they don't know how devious the world is, you know. I will honestly say yes, it is possible these girls behind closed doors might have been wrapped up into something. Maybe she just bought a brand new car. You know, if you're an investigator, you're asking, where'd the car come from? Who bought it? How'd she get the money for it? You know, she had a job. Okay, that solves that. Okay. You know, were any of the girls on drugs? Were they any of them, you know, what were they doing? I'm sure they're asking people and the kids on campus, what kind of girls were they? You know, were they this? Were they promiscuous? Were this and that? Or were they, you know, I've seen a lot of cases where girls are in college and they start websites, you know, they get on dating sites and they, it's crazy. Sure, you're saying that stuff costs money in this new socialist age, Ben. Oh yes, my friend. Maybe they owe drug money. It's possible, Debbie, or they didn't even have to. Someone in their families did. Possible, because we really don't know. I mean, everybody is proven innocent until found guilty, right? We don't know. I'm only making assumptions and theories, and that's my right. I don't know who the killer is. Somebody did it. You know, it wasn't an alien that came down. It wasn't Bigfoot. You guys blamed enough stuff on Bigfoot. I know it wasn't Bigfoot. And what's crazy is the girls and Ethan are not the only people that came up dead around there. There's two other people that came up dead around there. Could it be a peeping Tom? Yes. It could have been a peeping Tom guy, and he just had the opportunity. Some sicko, peeping Tom or whatever it may be, even a thief, a robber, you know, they have to check and make sure everything is not missing. I think they went about it too fast. If you ask me, they should have asked the family members after they cleaned it up, come in, I want you to look through everything. You let us know if anything is missing. Could it have been a robbery? And he just killed him, you know, and he was gone. We don't know. It could have been caretaker, janitor. Now a drug dealer will get rid. Yeah. Or a drug dealer will kill a snitch in a heartbeat. Oh yeah. They're animals. They're animals. Not all of them, though. Not all of them. You know, but some of them, brutal. I will say that not every drug dealer is a killer. Why? Because you can't get your money out of a dead man. Most drug dealers will work with you I mean, unless you own millions and millions of dollars. But I don't see these young ladies owing millions and millions of dollars to a drug dealer, right? But Miss Profit is right. A drug dealer would do something like that. But there are a lot of drug dealers that are like, no, murder brings down heat and pressure, and we don't need that in the organization. You know, it's some drug dealers will say, yeah, you live and learn. It's money lost. But then again, there's drug dealers out there uh, that will kill you for $5. You know, you've seen people get killed for $5 for a crack rock. You know, for a crack rock, go out and kill people. So yeah, you know, I agree with you on that, Prophet. You know, they usually get someone who owes them to do the killing for them. Yeah, well, there's always the top guy, and then there's people below him that take orders for either drugs or money. Uh, they might owe the drug dealer, like you're saying, and they go, you know, you don't owe me that 50 grand. Go kill these people. They might not even had anything to do with the drugs. They just maybe somebody didn't like them in order to hit on them or something. Maybe these girls were dating a whole bunch of people, and it was a jealousy thing, like you guys were saying earlier in the chat. Maybe they were. I don't know. I don't know the young ladies. I don't know the whole situation. I don't have all the evidence or pay a couple of smack rat 50s to take someone out for them. It happens a few times in the UK. Usually they hit the wrong targets and get caught. Exactly, FM. Yeah, we've seen that before too. We've seen that before. They get the wrong dudes. They get the wrong dudes. Hold on, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. But I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you another thing that matches up with what Valium FM is saying. I'm going to give you a case that matches up with that. All right, I'm back. All right, you know what case matches up to what just Valium FM was saying? Charlie Manson case. Charlie Manson sent his team to go kill someone at the Sharon Tate home. The guy that he wanted killed moved. We all know that story. Charlie Manson wanted Brian Wilson dead. Wilson moved out of that house. Charlie Manson thought he still lived in that house and sent the people to that house. What happened? Charlie Manson's people killed the wrong people. Now, is it possible that the killers didn't know that the other roommates might have moved out of there and new people moved in and they sent somebody there to that house, but the people that they really wanted dead didn't live there no more? Maybe let me check my chat. Valium, cool. How's the weather there this time of year? Weird thing is when I try to post the England flag, it comes up a black flag. Johnny, Debbie cut herself, but she's all right. I'll be back. Debbie who? Debbie Fox? What happened? Or Deborah Ann? I got two Deborah. Oh my God, I hope she's all right. What she cut herself on? Wait a minute. What happened? Let me read her. Debbie Fox. Chelsea, tell Johnny I will be here listening, seeing if I need a stitch or two. Oh my, what the hell happened? Excuse my language. Oh, I just cut myself. I'll be right back. I am listening though. Oh my God, how'd she cut herself? She was just slitting her. Oh my God. Is she all right? Oh my God. Here, give me whatever you cut. I'll suck the blood. I'll suck the blood, Debbie. Joking, but I hope she's okay. Let me get back to chat here. Clean it out right away with, that reminds me, I got to go get a tetanus shot soon. Clean it out with hydrogen peroxide, Debbie, and tape it up real good with Band-Aids. If you don't, use a towel and some duct tape and tape it up. Something. Get to the hospital if it's too deep. Unless you're like me, a regular Rambo, sew it up right there while I'm talking to you. All right, let me get back. Let me see. Johnny, Debbie cut herself, but she's all right. She'll be back, Terry. Melcher, Doris Day's son was the target. I remember that case too. Prophet said she remembers it. Are you talking about the Manson case? Valium, that's weird about the flag thing. I don't understand. Don't give medical advice, Johnny. Chelsea Prophet, it's cold, wet, and raining here. But that was another case where mistaken identity. And all them people in that house died. Are we looking at something like that in the Idaho 4? Possibly. Possibly. We don't know. There are people now that have lived in that house that are now coming forward and saying, well, I used to live there many years ago or whatever, a year ago or whatever. And new people took the house over. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they were saying. He sent them there and didn't care who was there. No. Manson sent his team of people there to kill Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson used to live in that home. He sold it to Sharon Tate and the director. The last time Charlie Manson seen Brian Wilson, he lived at the Sharon Tate home. But he moved out and new people bought the house and moved in. And Charlie Manson sent them to that house thinking Brian Wilson still lived there. But he didn't. He moved out. And even Charlie Manson said that himself. See, that whole thing was over Brian Wilson and Charlie Manson. Brian Wilson and Charlie Manson knew each other. And supposedly the story goes Brian Wilson and the Beatles or Beach Boys recorded one of Charlie Manson's songs, and that pissed off Charlie, and he wanted Dennis Wilson dead. And that's what started this whole thing, supposedly, from what everyone has been saying and all the information we have. But you can think whatever you want. I'm full of crap. All right, Bendejo, fine. Educate us, Bendejo. Please do. Dennis Wilson and Dennis never lived there. One of the Wilson brothers lived there. Either it was Brian or Dennis. One of the two lived at the Sharon Tate house. Sharon Tate and Evorkian Kovorkov, or whatever his name was, bought that house and moved in there. Brian Wilson moved from there. I don't know. That's just all the information I got. You know, and that's what Charlie Manson said in that interview was, I didn't know he moved. You know, that's what he said. You know, he didn't know they moved. But then again, all the videos that are out on everything, Bendejo might be right. Maybe they were renting the house, like he's saying. All I know is either Brian or Dennis. Who was the drummer? Brian, the one that drove. No, not Brian. Dennis. What? The drummer of the Beach Boys. That's who was real good friends with Charlie Manson, the drummer of the Beach Boys. And that's the story. I don't know if that's true, but that's the story I heard, and that's what Manson said in the interview. Was he thought they lived there, but they didn't. They moved out a long time before Charlie even decided to kill him. It was over music. Terry Malter and Candace Bergden lived there, and Murchie was a producer. They left, and Tate and Polanski moved in, changed the subject. Ben, why? Why, Ben? I live walking distance from Spa Ranch. Yeah. Well, the bottom line is Charlie Manson went there looking for a certain individual that supposedly at one time lived there at that home. And he moved out, or whoever they were moved out. That's why this whole thing, from what I understood, from what my research on it was, that he had a blowing out with Dennis Wilson, or one of the Wilson brothers. I thought it was the drummer, the guy that drowned, the drummer, and that's what started it all because the Beatles recorded their music, or not the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and that pissed off Charlie. Rumor has it, you know, do you guys know Charlie Manson was known throughout the music business as an actual good songwriter? A lot of the famous people knew him. You know who else knew Charlie Manson? Well, let's see. You had Crosby, Stills, and Nash. You had all these dudes knew him. He was in the music scene. Well, in Chelsea Profit, it was over 105. Dangerous hot for a lot of people. Ooh, boy, state. Yeah, they're saying. Are you out there in England or London? I think they're saying they've been getting record breaking heat or something going on. More fake info. All right. Well, it might be fake info. I don't know. I'm just going by what I was told and what other people said. Charlie Manson was known throughout the music business. From what they say, he used to go to parties. He used to go to record companies and try and sell his music. Debbie, how are you? Are you okay? I'm back. Gosh, I've been listening. Thanks. Are you okay? Oh boy, I hope you're all right. You need stitches? No, my God. Oh, that's okay. Did you go to this? Did you go to? Are you going to the doctor or no? Yes. Sorry. Oh my God. What happened? Or just go to the hospital to the doctor. Is it bad? How bad? Oh my God. Clean it out with something. I use super glue. Oh, you'll be okay. Debbie, did you, for the pet pads, Debbie, did you clean it out first with hydrogen peroxide real good? If you did and you use super glue, you should be okay. You should have used butterfly. You should have put a piece of cloth over it and cut some duct tape, little strips like butterfly strips. Burned like ooh, ooh. Hey, may have gone to some parties and mingled with a few, but was Dennis Wilson the only thing that attracted Dennis? And any other musicians was plentiful octopus Manson provided? No, Manson knew a bunch of them. Dude, watch the stuff. Bendejo, I wouldn't lie to you. Watch the documentaries on the 60s music. And a lot of these musicians say that the this Dennis or Brian Wilson, whatever Dennis it was, Dennis Wilson. You're right, Bendejo. It was Dennis Wilson, the drummer. Bendejo's right about that. But Dennis Wilson started bringing him around to big parties where other musicians were. Even even Crosby, Stills, and Nash talk about Manson, that he would come to the parties with these beautiful girls and he would tell the girls to sleep. Yeah, you want to sleep with all these girls, to the rock stars. And I think I even seen Crosby, Dave Crosby, say, yeah, he was a nut job. He was a good writer, but he was kind of crazy and it was weird. I got a band-aid on top. Yes, I cleaned it. All right. All right. Lots of people went to parties, but Manson was just another hippie. Well, sure, Bendejo, but he knew them. They say Manson used to sit down at the parties and play his songs for these bigwigs, these rock stars. Yeah, you should cover Manson's garbage dump. Hmm, interesting. I don't want him to kill me. Debbie, can you talk to Bendejo about the Manson crimes? He says I'm full of crap and I don't know what I'm talking about. He's mad because you haven't been in chat. When you pay attention to him, he's a good boy. When you don't pay attention to him, he starts calling me, you're full of crap. You don't know what you're talking about. He did play music. Yeah. And some say he was pretty good. He was actually pretty good. That's all right. Bendejo don't have to listen to me. I agree with Bendejo, though. I got the name wrong. The guy's name was Dennis Wilson. He was the drummer of the Beach Boys. Bobby Buscemi was in the early versions of Love. Yeah. But that goes back to the case, the Idaho 4. Could the killer have went there thinking someone else lived there still and went in and did a job? I don't know. Nothing wrong with hippies. No, I love hippies. They're so cool and laid back, right? I said Brian Wilson, and you said he lived in the Celio Drive house. Whatever house that Sharon Tate was killed in used to belong to one of the Beach Boys. That's why Charlie Manson sent his team to that house, was because he thought that he still lived there. That's where he met Brian, or that's where Brian Wilson used to hang out all the time and live, or whatever. Someone he knew lived there, and Dennis Wilson lived with that guy at that house. And that's why he went there looking for him. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know everything. That's just what I read. Johnny can't let the facts get in the way. I've been called a hippie, but a very young one. Well, you're 60 years old, you said, Miss Prophet. Right? Oh, no, wait. Did she? No. Who said they were 60? Izzy Pop. Or no, wait. Was it Izzy Pop? I don't know. I got so many people in there. 8 people. I'm stumped. This is the biggest crowd I've ever had. Brian Wilson had nothing to do with it, Manson. I thought he did. I thought Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys recorded one of Charlie's songs, and that pissed off Charlie. And Charlie went looking for Brian Wilson. That's what I was told. His music. Yes, it was about his music. Debbie, can you tell Bendejo so he'll only listen to you, Debbie. You and your monkey has put a spell on Bendejo. Who Bendejo is really Raphael, who is really Pedro Williams, who is really many. He's many. Brian was in his living room in a sandbox. That is true, but that's how he used to write his music. That is true. Ben Wabald, listen here. Be polite. Debbie. He'll only listen to you. And your monkey. But let's get back to the case of the Idaho 4. Is that what we're looking at? Maybe there was a mistaken thing. Maybe a killer was sent to a house and the guy got the wrong address. Anything's possible. But I can tell you this much, I don't think they have as much evidence as they think they have, probably, because why wouldn't they? If they knew who it was, why ain't they in prison? Why haven't they come out and said, we know who it is and we got him? What'd Debbie do? Stop the shenanigans. Stop it, you hooligan. She's a hooligan. If you're not familiar with that, that's from Kiss. Bendejo, Kiss. Now looky here, Bendejo said. You hooligan. They're all working together against me. The Lord told me that. And Pastor Ethel last night, they're all joining forces to try and take you down. But the Lord is going to take them down. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. Imagine if Phil Spector was able to produce a Manson album back in the 60s. Phil Spector, very rich man. I think he's still in prison, if he ain't dead. Threw it all away. Shot his woman. Yeah, idiot. I would have threw her out and walked away. I would have bought another one with the money he had. Would have bought 5. But see, people don't think the way I think. I can understand jealousy. I can understand being jealous and maybe arguing with them or whatever, hurting, you're heartbreaking. But you know what? There ain't no vagina worth my life and my freedom. Unless it shoots sparks. I'm not sure, but no, I'll walk away every time. I'll walk away. It ain't worth it. Life is too short. Going to prison for... No. Hey, I loved you, baby. It sucked. But I ain't going to kill you. Sorry. I'll find someone else. If not, I'll pay for a woman. I got the tongue from Gene Simmons at the concert, but it was super close. The blood too close. Coolest thing ever. My God, he licked you with his bloody tongue. Oh my God, Gene did? Oh my God. At the concert? Super close. The blood too. Closest thing I've ever... Oh my God. When he gave you the tongue, did the blood flip off of it? Almost hit you? Or did he lick your face with a bloody tongue? Oh my God. The horror. So, ladies, your opinion, this is a 2-hour video. Your opinions are valued here. Our closing statements. What do you ladies think is going to happen? How many do you think was involved? And do you think sex or jealousy played a part in these murders? He pointed at you. Oh my God. You must be a good looking woman. If he looked right at you and stuck his tongue out at you and licked your face. Lucky man. jealousy had to be involved. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I got thousands of theories going through my head. But the bottom line is we really are not going to know nothing until all the evidence is released. And I don't think we'll see all the evidence. I don't think we'll see any crime scene photos. Uh, we're just going to have to go on hearsay. Remember concerts of our youth. Awesome. Should I do a video later on? Music video, maybe? Play some music? I was thinking about doing a fireplace video. I was going through YouTube today, and there was a video, 2-hour video, I think it was, of just a fireplace. Just the fire going. Had 4.3 thousand or million views or something like that. Just a fireplace going like I got right now. No music, nothing, just a fireplace and crackling noise of a fire. Big views. Big views on it. Should I do that or sing some songs tonight? I don't know. It's only 8:30. I want to hit the bed early tonight, so I might start my video early, so I'm in bed by 1 o'clock or so. Debbie, how is your finger doing? Yeah, Ben says, yeah, Floyd was great. Rose Bowl 94. Pink Floyd. What a great band. Pulsating. What's pulsating? Oh, your finger is pulsating? I was just thinking, what's pulsating? What is she doing? Animals, my favorite album. I saw Iron Maiden 2 years ago. I haven't seen Debbie Ann in here. I made her a mug, and she's gone. She ain't come back again. Johnny, play tonight. I need it. Maybe I will. Maybe. Maybe you need to relax. Hold your hand up over your head. Your pulsating finger. Debbie, you are into hard rock. I saw The Who, the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger sucked. I don't know. She knows she was there. I never seen The Who, although I got their concert video. I never seen the Rolling Stones in concert, but I do have a couple of their concert videos, DVDs. Me either, Bendejo, but the tickets were free. I never got into Maiden. Did I see Maiden? Wait, I might have seen Maiden at the. Were they at the Monsters of Rock in '84 or '86? The World Theater in Illinois. They might have been. I know I went to a concert. uh, Monsters of Rock. There was like 7 bands there. It was huge at the World Theater. I don't know if Iron Maiden was one of them or not. I'm not sure. But there was a bunch of bands there. Warrant, uh, AC/DC. Uh, and there was just numerous bands. There was a whole bunch of them there. Johnny Cash. Well, great singer, songwriter. The Rolling Oldies. All right, ladies, gentlemen, are we done with this video talking about the case? If you want, I'll shut this one down and we'll just do a freestyle chat. Maybe a little music, maybe a little chatting about any topic, anything. I know what you're going to all get all wild and crazy. Play us out, Johnny. Hank Williams Jr. Tell me, Hank, why do you drink? Why do you roll smoke? Why in the hell am I sitting here all alone? I spent all my life loving women one at a time. You can just chill, play whatever Johnny wants. Yes, come back, play, please. I've been talking, my voice is kind of, maybe. I mean, Debbie's being kind of sweet and everything, and plus she does have a nice little spider monkey, and she's been, and she hurt herself. Maybe I will. I've fallen in love with YouTube and the women on YouTube. I've fallen in love with them. And she's injured. She is injured. Yes, I hurt myself. What actually happened, Debbie? What happened? And she's injured. Prophet said, excuse me, I need some sugar. Debbie, do you need some sugar? Are you hypoglycemic or whatever they call it? Hyperglycemic? I don't know what it is. You are chopped broccoli. I'm chopped broccoli, Debbie. Bendejo's probably going to kill me. Him and his team of Bendejo bandits. Sugar in my coffee, sugar in my tea. No sugar for me. Da 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 da. Lonely feeling deep inside. Find a corner where I can hide. Tiny footsteps following me. I can see no sugar tonight in my coffee. No sugar tonight in my tea. Nobody to sit and love me. Nobody's showing me a monkey. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yo, Debbie, I love you. Stallone. Stallone's hair. What, Rocky? You know, I just want to tell Debbie I love her. Oh my God. I love you, Debbie. Oh, gee. I love you, monkey. Oh my God. Go on, get over there. Go sit down. Maybe Stallone will sing us a song tonight. Maybe Rocky will sing us a song tonight. Yes, Miss Prophet, Rocky. You know, I love all you ladies. Oh my God. I love your banana. I love you, monkey. What? Yo, Debbie, I love you, monkey. Oh my God. Get out of here. Go on. Go sit on the couch. Can you imagine Rocky singing? He's tried a couple times. As I was in a couple love songs, he came in and, yeah. He came in and he was going to sing a couple songs. Debbie said, I love your banana. I didn't know you love my, you ain't never seen my banana. Oh, Rocky's banana. She loves Rocky's banana. My God. I better shut this down. I'll be back with another video. If that's okay, you ladies are welcome to come in here. And should I give Chelsea Prophet a wrench? You know, she has been here a couple times, hasn't she? And she does know cases. You know, she does know cases. Chelsea, do you want a wrench? Yes, I think you should. Chelsea, do you want a wrench? Oh my God. Every day since I subscribed. Well, don't pay any attention to me, Miss Prophet. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, please. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you I'm an idiot. I just let things run off my mouth. Whatever I'm thinking, and sometimes I'm just an idiot. I'm not mean, but I don't know. But let me give you a wrench. I'm giving everybody wrenches for a while. And slowly but surely, I will go ahead and pick out my main, uh, my main wrenches. Right? I don't even need wrenches. I'm a small channel. I don't get a lot of people in here. Chelsea, go ahead and comment. Blue looks good on me. She would have. She has your back. Hey, Ricky Compton, how you doing? Do I have any hammers? Yes. Why? What's wrong? Chelsea, what do you need a hammer for? Yes, it does, girlfriend. What does? Hammer? Hammers. Do you have any hammers? Oh, yeah, I got one right here in my pocket. Joking. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Wrench hammer tools. Oh, man. All right. See? See? Wrench hammer tools. Yeah. Yeah. I get it now. Hey, Ricky. Hi, Ben. What's up? What are you doing? Hi, Ben. How's the kids? How's the family? Everything. We had to say goodbye today to my wife's sister, who was 48. She passed. Oh, God rest her soul. Sorry to hear about that, Ricky. All right. I'm going to end this video. I'll be back. Maybe I'll do some singing. Maybe a freestyle YouTube. If you ladies are busy tonight, that's fine. You don't have to come back. But uh, you know, you ladies are busy women. You got things to do. Yes, it's heartbreaking to hear that, Ricky. Condolences to the family. All right, does anybody want to say anything before I shut this video down? Prophet said her dogs are snoring. How many you got? You're welcome, Miss Prophet. You're welcome too. You're welcome. Be safe. I will be coming back here shortly with another video. You're welcome to come in and hang out and talk. If you're lonely, you know, you might have a husband or a boyfriend and you might have things to do. I understand. You can't be here every day, every 5 minutes I do a video. I gave mine a peanut butter bone. Yes, love all you guys. Nope, single. All right. Well, maybe we'll hook you up with somebody in this chat. Maybe we'll find love. We'll make connections. Johnny, monkey. Don't even get me thinking about the monkey. Let the monkey dance. Friends are cool. Yes, they are. They are. And it's healthy and it's mature to have fun, to talk about things. And if you're single, to flirt. It's all healthy. It's all in good fun. And we mean no harm. And if I did offend anybody, my apologies. Yo, Debbie, I love you, monkey. Oh my God, Rocky. Come on, get back over there. My God. This is unbelievable. I'm glad. I'm really glad Debbie Fox ain't here right now because my Rocky would be peeling his own banana. Now I'm gonna go. I accept your apology. All right, Bendejo, my apologies. I'm gonna kick myself in the butt if Bendejo is a woman. And here, I hate this YouTube. I hate it. I don't know who these people are. I can't see a face. I don't know if the faces are real. I don't know who they. I hate YouTube. I don't like this. I don't. I don't. I'm gonna kick myself in the butt if Bendejo is a woman. Oh my God. I don't like. See, it's. Oh my God. It's stuff like this. All it takes is one woman to blackball you, and there you go. You ain't getting no vagina again the rest of your life unless you pay for it. I hate this. But I'm going to go. I will be back. Bronco and Rascal. Oh, cute names, Bronco and Rascal. No. For real, it is driving me crazy, Johnny. What is? Your finger? What is your finger? Or your dang little monkey? Probably driving everybody crazy. Sorry about the wife's sister, man. What are you talking about, the wife's sister? Oh, the wife. Oh, he's talking to Ricky. Yes. Yes, Ricky. We're all sorry here for your loss. I'm gonna I'm gonna go. Bendejo, sorry, but well, Christopher Valdez, you're all the same person. Yeah, he might be. He is. Uh, he is. But that's okay. We still love you here, Bendejo, Rafael, Pedro, Johnny's military service. Christopher Valdez probably just keeps changing his name. I don't know. But yeah, it sucks, Bendejo. That's young. Yes, it is. It is, Ricky. God rest her soul. And condolences to you and her family. And what is hurting you, Debbie? What is, I seen Debbie say, for real, it's driving me crazy, Johnny. What's driving you crazy? What's wrong? Go on, Johnny, go drink some lemon water. Oh my God, these people know me. They're from another channel, probably. My God. What's driving her crazy? I don't know. Her finger. Are you going to be okay? I know, or to know if Bendejo is a girl. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't know. Or a boy. I don't know. It could be he, she. It could be a man that has problems. I don't know. But we're going to fix them. We're going to fix you, Bendejo, Rafael, Pedro, Pink Bendejo, Blue Bendejo. Now, I'm going to go. I'll be back. I hope to see you folks. If not, that is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I want to thank everybody for stopping in. You're all kind and nice people. I want to thank Debbie Fox and the rest of you, Chelsea Prophet and everybody. Uh, I want to thank Mr. Stallone for stopping in, saying hi to Debbie and the ladies. Uh, and love you folks, and I'll be back here shortly. All right?